my goodness, this is going to be a great week. I was going to say this is day 1 of 5. So it is day 1 of 5 in the Woman Up spiritual community, and Spirit nudged me to actually do 5 days this month of a masterclass series instead of 3 days. So in case you're new to the group, welcome. I am Sarah Sparks. I am the spiritual director here at Create the Spark, and I allow Spirit to speak through me. So I am super excited to see where Spirit takes us this week. And we are going to go through how to listen to your divine guidance and allow, ask, receive, trust, and act. This week, day 1 is all about, and as you are coming on, I am hoping that you can actually, this is really funkadelic. Let me see if I can maneuver my screen a little bit because it is a little bit funky here. All right, I'm gonna see if I can do that a little bit better. There you go. I thought I had it all set up and then it was all funky fresh. All right, I've got messages coming in here. Welcome. And as you are coming on, please feel free to share, what is your intention for these 5 days? We are going to be covering how to listen to your divine guidance and going through all the five steps with a little bit of twist to them. And as you're coming on, please state what state you are tuning in from, where you're at, what your intention is for these 5 days. And I'm going to look forward to just getting to know you and getting connected with you. I am Sarah Sparks. Like I was saying, I'm the spiritual director here at Create the Spark. And many women who come to me are asking herself, what is my purpose? Why am I here? They may have an odd new fear that pops up all around. That she feels like she's lost and she doesn't know who she is anymore. She's questioning every aspect of her life and asking, just who am I? And she really wants to dive deeper into having a more meaningful experience and relationship with divine, with herself, with her inner wisdom. Really getting to know her divine guidance. I was like, let's dive in this week. When I ask Spirit, if there is a topic that I just want to share and give all that I can to these amazing women in this group, it's like, what would it be? And so day 1 is 5 ways to allow is the first step, allow love and divine guidance in. So we're going to talk about that today. Day 2 is asking for what you want. Day 3 is 5 ways to receive love and guidance. Day 4 is 7 reasons trusting is important. And day 5 is what your actions are actually telling the universe. What are your actions saying to the universe? That's a better way of putting it. So throughout this masterclass, feel free to ask questions. I am here for you. This is about you learning and growing. And if you are watching the replay and you ask a question, I will answer it within 24 to 48 hours. Depending on my schedule, I will answer your question if you're watching the replay or if you have a question. Later on, when it's not live, please feel free to comment on this live and ask the question. And if you are live, you get a live answer. Woohoo! You get me live. So welcome to those who are popping on. I see that the numbers are coming up. I see that there's 5 of you on. So welcome. Hello. So let's just dive in. Are you ready for this? Take out some paper and pen and let's just dive in. Shall we? Hello, Shani. Hello, Meredith. Let's dive in. So what does it mean to allow love and divine guidance in? So Spirit wants us to break this sentence down even further. So just put at the top, what does it mean on your sheet of paper that you are taking notes on? What does it mean to allow all caps, allow love and divine guidance in. And we want to break down the allow, love, and guidance. We need to clearly define them, what each word really means, so that you have a clearer understanding of what we are even meaning by this. All right, so allow. Hello, Lisa. Lunch break? Are you on a lunch break? You're usually working with the beautiful children. So allow. When you are allowing, you're making yourself available for goodness, for happiness, for joy, for peace, for health, for what you want. Allow also means you are open to what is possible instead of keeping yourself closed off and looking for what isn't possible. Allowing also is you quieting your mind, clearing your mind of resistant thought. Allowing could also be you are prepared for what is to come. Allowing is a sigh of relief. So we're breaking down, what does it mean to allow love and divine guidance in? So allow could be several different things. You define what allow means to you. And then we go to love. Love, the energy of God, source, creator, spirit, the universe, however you define that infinite intelligence, we'll just put down. That is love. The one I'm referring to is love. Love could also be romantic love with your partner. Love is an emotional state that most people strive for. Love is an appreciation of yourself. Understanding, support, feeling enough, worthy, comforted, accepted, fun, free, unconditional, nature. Love looks different for everyone. When we are working together in a group or one-on-one, we get into what love looks like to you to help clarify what is stopping you in other areas of your life. So love could be defined in numerous ways. Now, divine guidance. Divine guidance is your inner wisdom. Divine guidance is God, source, creator, spirit, the universe, wisdom flowing to and through you. So allow love and divine guidance in. What does that actually mean? So when one is allowing love and guidance in, their shoulders are relaxed. Mind is clear. Tension is relieved. Stress is gone. Limited beliefs are set to the side and or healed. No expectations or judgment is happening. A sense of freedom is being felt. There's a feeling of appreciation, understanding, and self-respect. What questions do you have around that? How would you define love? How would you define allowing? Elizabeth is watching. Hello, love. I didn't see that you popped on. Let me see here. So, Elizabeth, I recently allowed love in person from the past that I wasn't expecting. I felt such a connection with this person that I had zero questions about why they showed up. He even acknowledged there was a natural bond between us. Now it's all blown up, and now I question my gut feelings were wrong because this felt so comfortable, right, natural. I don't trust my decision making now. Okay, I can understand where that is. Based on our conversation, ask yourself, part of allowing is you're making yourself available for goodness, for happiness, for joy, for peace, for health, for what it is that you want. So you are making yourself available. With this particular person, what were you making yourself available for? And what was you don't even need to know what he was making himself. What were you making yourself available for? And you don't have to answer here since, this is a group. So, but just ask yourself that. Sometimes I think, yes, you were allowing romantic love from a partner in, but sometimes the availability and the expectations and judgment around that can be a little bit different. All right, let's keep continuing on. And if anyone else has other questions around just that portion, please feel free to message. Number 2, why is allowing love and divine guidance in, why is that even important? All right. So in answering this, we must address, when I was connecting with Spirit, that we want to address what it feels like to not allow love and divine guidance in. What happens when you push love and divine guidance away? I may know this. I may have experienced this in my life. The concept of, I got this. I don't need you. Like you push you that's where, oh no, I got this. I don't need you. Yada, yada. So you don't need a partner, or you don't need divine guidance. You may start feeling alone, feeling empty. Pushing, not allowing, pushing that away leads to not knowing who you are, why you are here, questioning what is your purpose, finding out who you are, trying to love yourself. Maybe you are like me and dug yourself into a hole of feeling a lot of hatefulness and frustration at one point of my life. Like others were better off without me. That was a thought that I had. And it was because I was not allowing love or divine guidance in. So why then is allowing that love and divine guidance important? So you begin, this is just like the beginning, like we're just diving in just day 1. But when I am explaining like why this is important, all the answers are going to be, it's beginning. So you're just in the beginning part of it. You begin to move from hateful to grateful. You begin to see yourself for who you really are. You begin to understand why you're here. You begin to take your power back. You begin to want to ask for what you want. You begin to have this desire to state what you want and say what you need to say with power and confidence. You gain some self-confidence, self-trust, self-respect by allowing that love and divine guidance in. Going back to Elizabeth's comment, is that you're not trusting your decisions now. Go back to what you made yourself available for, because I wanted to circle back around to you'll gain self-confidence, self-trust, and self-respect, which is a little bit contradictory to what you're saying. There's a difference between others' truth and your truth, and then the truth. Let that sink in. And also, Elizabeth, go to week 1, the limiting belief information in the group program. That will be helpful as well. All right. So number 3, what are 5 ways for us, which is the whole point of the whole title, is 5 ways to allow divine guidance in. Hello, Phyllis. I saw that you just joined, and Courtney as well. And Shawnee, you're saying yes. All right. So what are 5 ways for those of you that are looking to allow love and divine guidance in? For those who want it in, here you go. Number 1, begin to start being open and honest with yourself about yourself. So if you want love, however we defined it, whatever avenue you want to take, the divine guidance portion, if you want that to be in and you want to be listening to your divine guidance more, these are the 5 ways. 1 is just begin to start being open and honest with yourself about yourself. Number 2, have deep, meaningful conversations with your partner that you have been avoiding. You have to be vulnerable. You have to say what you want to say, which we'll be getting to the asking portion and asking for what you really want tomorrow. All right, so stay tuned. Number 3, know what your core limiting belief is and begin to heal it. I have worked with hundreds of women and I continue. My goal is to impact and inspire and instruct millions of women in the next 2 years. And I want you to know what your core limiting belief is so you can identify it, have an awareness of it, understand it, and know it, and then heal it. It shows up in many different forms, but when we're working together, either in one-on-one or group, we get to the core right away. There's a Dr. Newberg and Mark Waldman. They did a study. They're neuroscientists at the University of Pennsylvania. And they have a statement, and they stated that the more you give attention to a particular belief, the stronger those neural connections to the brain become. When you focus on the positive aspects of your life, those neural pathways become stronger. And that becomes increasingly true for you. So if you don't know what is stopping you, and you're like, I have repeated this pattern over and over and over, it is a core limiting belief that you have that keeps reappearing in different forms. And until you have an awareness of it and you work with the subconscious and focus on what it is that you do want and change that belief around by working with the subconscious, then when you focus on the positive aspects of your life, those neural pathways become stronger, and that becomes increasingly more true for you than the limiting belief that has stopped you all along. It is important to also note that it is important to also note that putting attention on negative beliefs about yourself or your environment will similarly result in stronger neural connections. And those beliefs in turn will become more and more true for you. So if you are focusing, it's basically whatever you focus on grows. So whether it be positive or negative, those neural connections become stronger. So what is it that you really want in your life, and how can you change your focus on it? I go through living in gratitude and changing the whole way that you look about yourself through and know yourself, really going within. I don't mean attitude of gratitude outside of yourself. But we get to the core limiting belief and really go into living in gratitude. To focus on what you do want. And we go through later on after we can clear out some stuff and release some stuff and let go of some stuff. We go into creating what you do want. All right. So let's continue on with this training. And then the fifth way that you can allow love and divine guidance in is start focusing on what you're grateful for about yourself. I already said it. I love when I do that. And how or why is that even important? When you are appreciating yourself, others will too. Let that sink in. When you're appreciating and loving yourself, others will too. So my final advice, does anybody have any questions up to this point? All right. So my final advice is start. Simply start. The more that you have put it off, the more that you'll say tomorrow, the more that nothing will ever change. So simply start with being open and honest with yourself about yourself. You know what you really want. When I go into consultations with people, it's one of the first questions I ask is like, talk to me. What is it that you really want? Everybody knows. But the core limiting belief is stopping you. Maybe you don't feel accepted or loved or understood. Maybe you feel like you can't have fun. Did I not give 5? I didn't give 5. That's why you missed the 4th one. Oh, let me see here, Spirit. What's a 5th way? I'm just a turd. That's why. Good catch, Lisa. What's a 5th way to allow love and divine guidance in? Separate yourself from what was and even what is. Focus on what will be. Because sometimes when we focus on what is, we create more of what is and what we don't want in the first place. So separate yourself, separate your consciousness, separate your thoughts from what is. So like if there's something in your relationship that you're not really loving about it, or maybe there's something about yourself that you're not really loving, but you're so focused on what was. Like, well, I was this size back in high school. And then you're like, well, now I am this size. Then you aren't allowing that divine guidance in, or that love in, and that appreciation in for yourself to actually move forward. All you're doing is focusing on what is. And if what isn't what you want, then you're going to create more of what you don't want. So that's number 4. Thanks for catching that. All right. So final advice is just simply start and begin being open and honest with yourself about yourself. You know what you want. Start by being open and honest with yourself about what it is that you really want, whatever it is. All right. What questions do you have? Final questions? Thanks, Lisa. So much love to y'all. Continue asking me questions about this portion of day 1. And tomorrow we're going to be talking about asking for what it is that you really want. All right. See ya.